let me ask you this, man. It must be challenging working for PBD. Like I'm assuming there's no tolerance for mediocrity. What is it like being in a company that has the highest standards that there is? Like, is it stressful or does it make you rise to a level that you didn't even think you could win at?
Yeah, it's a lot of things. It's both of those things. And there's levels to it, right? What I mean by that is the standard's always high because we strive for excellence. Now, but the higher proximity you have to Patrick, the higher level of leadership, the more pressure there is to live up to those standards, right? You're not gonna, if you're someone who, and this is no diss, you need everybody. But if you're someone who's working front desk or you're just an editor or you're a sales guy, you're gonna be treated differently than a sales manager, than an executive, than someone who's reporting directly to Patrick. The quote that it reminds me of is, a leadership is having people do something they wouldn't do on their own, something of that nature. And that's Patrick. He's a driver. You know, he sells, he drives, he pushes your buttons, he knows how to navigate, like he knows how to push you a little bit further. And so is it stressful? Yeah. I always say pressure is a privilege. Like I'll be like, pressure is a privilege. I'll be like, yeah, I feel the pressure, but it's a privilege because it means they believe in you. And so, but with that, it's the same thing when they say like pressure creates diamonds. Like pressure, without that, you wouldn't become your best self. And so he provides an example because he's putting in the work. It's not like someone who's not working. Like Patrick's everywhere and I don't even know how. Like he's on a podcast and he's doing this, he's driving his, and then he also provides an opportunity because although I work a lot and there's a lot of pressure to perform, I've done things I would never do, or at least I would dream of them. But like the fact that I was just in the Kentucky Derby and I'm there with Candace Owens and Patrick Bet-David, and then I go to the New York Yankees, and it's like, do I put in the work for those things? Yeah, but like you're putting in the work for a vision, for a dream. Like he makes sure, like if you're coming through on your commitments, he'll give you the world, and like you just gotta do your part. He'll do his part. And so to answer your question, if you want to work for a true visionary, it's not going to be easy. That's just as simple as that.
What is it like engaging with so many different entrepreneurs, right? You talk to business owners like me. I work in construction and real estate, every industry imaginable. Like what are kind of the commonalities that you see, or like the unique things that kind of separate those who are actually going to like the next levels?
One of my favorite things about what I get to do is talking to business owners. Like I kid you not, and I would bet money on this, entrepreneurs have the most fascinating stories of anyone you'll ever meet. Because there's a reason they become entrepreneurs, even if they don't know it at first. Like they're tenacious, they're resilient, they figure things out because usually they've gone through something, they had a tough childhood, they just figure things out and they just have a story, and it's an incredible story. So I get to talk and learn about entrepreneurs all day, every day, and it's fascinating. And so what I find the commonalities in general, but then the ones that really make it, one is the resilience and pragmatic, because what is an entrepreneur's job? It's to solve people's problems, whether it's within your company or your clients' problems, right? Like you do construction. What are you doing? You're solving the problems of the clients that you work for. And you have to be tenacious because Patrick talks about a lot about this too. Like there's no one that has more pressure or is fired more than the entrepreneur. Someone quits on you, that's not like you're getting fired. You have to make sure that everything works out because you're paying the salaries. All the pressure's on you at the end of the day. And so that creates a level of tenacity and true leadership within entrepreneurs. And that's why we believe business owners are heroes, that part of the vision of what is Valuetainment, BDC is the pillar of that because it's the best operators from around the world. I literally say, screw an MBA. I have an MBA of BDC because it's one Patrick, right? Like right before this, I was in a meeting with Patrick and you're learning directly from someone who all the experience that he has, I believe is a true visionary, is going to do great for this world. He's one of those leaders. So having access to him, which is an extremely great privilege. The biz doc, learning from Tom. Tom's a wealth of knowledge. Like he really is brilliant. Having conversations with business owners like yourself all day, every day, processing issues. Like the person you're talking to today, although like I would like to say that I've always been interesting and like wanting to be a better version of myself. I mean, it's been exponential because of the environment that I've gone in. I mean, they say your environment, you're the average of the people you spend the most time with. That couldn't be further from the truth. And I'm grateful that that person is Patrick and Tom and these business owners. And it's exponential growth. And that's why I always say to anyone, and I give commandments to you, and like you're always investing in your team and you're being a part of these masterminds and going to these networking events, having higher level conversations, like that's what gets you to the next level. Not only from the information, but the frequency, like the energy that you're living at. Because like most people are like living here. Then you have the business owners, the big thinkers, they're up here. And if you're at that frequency, it's just a matter of time where you attract that into your life.